Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have cut their roster down to 80 players. They had 5 moves that they needed to make to get down to that 80-man roster, and they have made those moves. They placed guard Aaron Stinnie and outside linebacker Cam Gill on the injured reserve. Those are injuries that we have talked about in previous videos, and they also waived tight end Bug Howard, safety Troy Werner, and they released wide receiver Vincent Smith. And, you know, hey, wish nothing but the best for all the guys that were released. Obviously, wish nothing but the best in the case of Aaron Stinnie and Cam Gill as they recover from their injuries. In the case of Bug Howard, hey, a lot of people watched the Bug Howard signing video here on the channel, so he did have a decent amount of supporters. Unfortunately, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end room right now is pretty deep. You have Kyle Rudolph, Cam Brate, K. Dotton, and O'Keefe there already, so there wasn't a ton of room for Bug Howard to potentially make this 53-man roster. Maybe he comes back as a veteran addition on the practice squad. We'll have to wait and see. In the case of safety Troy Werner, very similar situation. He was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year as a practice squad member. However, again, unfortunately, a very, very deep safety room this year, leaves little in the way for wiggle room at depth pieces. Troy Werner may come back on the practice squad. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Then, again, in the case of wide receiver Vincent Smith, it is another deep room with a ton of depth. There are so many guys battling for maybe 2 spots in that wide receiver room as the 5th and 6th wide receivers. Vincent Smith was one of those guys, and he is the latest member to get released in that wide receiver battle. The Buccaneers had already cut Cameron Brown in the latest round of cuts last time. This time around, it is Vincent Smith. Again, wish nothing but the best for all of these guys that were placed on the injured reserve, that were cut, waived, released, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they'll latch onto some practice squads elsewhere. We'll see, but hey, the offseason continues, the preseason continues. I guess I should say that we are out of the offseason. Training camp, preseason, going into the regular season, these types of things are going to continue. The Buccaneers now have 8 days to get their roster down to 53 players. Basically, right after their game with the Indianapolis Colts, a lot of tough decisions are going to have to be made as to who is going to make this initial 53-man roster, and then you've got to consider what the heck happens after you look at what other teams are doing in terms of roster moves. Are the Buccaneers going to add some depth along the offensive line? I know a lot of people had been commenting about that. What's going to happen with some of these high-tier backups Buccaneers have on their roster? Are the Buccaneers going to be able to stash them away on a practice squad, or are they going to go off and join other teams? These are some of the questions that need to be answered. Could a potential trade happen with potential depth for depth type moves? The Buccaneers maybe trading a wide receiver to a team who needs a wide receiver for a backup offensive lineman or a backup outside linebacker, things along those lines. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to get done here before the Buccaneers are ready for regular season football, this being the latest set of moves. But folks, what do you think about all the moves that were talked about here in this video? What do you think about Cam Gill and Aaron Stinnie going on the injured reserve? What are your thoughts on Vincent Smith getting released, Bug Howard, and Troy Werner getting waived? Give me your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.